Hello, 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 and welcome to Getting the Tea Tarot. I am your host, Miss Getting the Tea, and good morning, everyone. Um, this reading is going to be about the comedian Reggie Carroll. Um, I woke up, I'm looking at my YouTube, and I came across it, and I did some research. Um, Reggie Carroll did not strike me as first until I saw a picture of him, and I remember him. I remember him from the days of Comic View. I remember him on the Parkers. Um, and I did not know that he was on tour currently with Cat Williams, who is currently, from what I understand, on tour with the Heaven and Earth. That's the name of it, but nevertheless, yeah, that's very tragic. They had made an arrest, 38-year-old Tranell Williams. From what I understand, so this reading, what I'm going to do is ask questions, find out about energies, and kind of try to see what we can find out about what actually happened. Why was he shot? Okay. Let's see. What deck should I use? Okay. Somebody use this deck. Okay. Alright, I call on the universe. I call on the Most High. I call on the ancestors. Leave me well and no harm. Call on protection of this reading. Protect me as the reader. Let the truth and nothing but the whole truth come out. Protect this space. Call on the spirit guides. Protect this space. Protect me as the reader. May all nosy ears go deaf. May all spine eyes go blind. Reggie Carroll. Reggie Carroll. What was the energy around him right before he got pew-pewed, sorry, YouTube. Before he got pew-pewed 5 to 6 times? What was the energy around Reggie Carroll? Okay, somebody, we have the Seven of Pentacles. Somebody was expecting something. Somebody owed someone something. Somebody had invested money and they was supposed to get some type of payoff. He might have been meeting somebody somewhere, and that may have been the reason. But yeah, it was something that meant that was worth something to somebody. And they had invested and they was waiting for a payoff. And somebody, which like I said, leads back to somebody owing someone. Seven of Pentacles. Okay, what else? Reggie Carroll. What was the energy around Reggie Carroll? Who owed somebody money? Was he there to meet somebody, to pay them money, get money? Strength. Okay. Somebody felt overpowered. Somebody felt like they had something over someone. This might have been information. The Chariot. Ooh. Okay, we have a Leo. We also have a Chariot, a Cancer. Somebody had to make a decision, or a decision had been made. Somebody had rolled up in a vehicle. Yeah, somebody. That's just, I need more. This is just vague to me. Reggie, Carroll, comedian. Star, fallen star. Aquarius. Dang, we have some major arcanas out here. Okay. What is going on? Can you tell me more about what happened between him and Trinell Williams? What happened between him and Trinell Williams? Okay. They both, from what I understand, are family men. They was on the same tour. Things seemed to be going well between them. There was no problems. There was harmony. Okay. What happened right before he got shot? What was, hold on, let me retract that. What was Trinell Williams' energy towards Reggie Carroll? What was Trinell Williams' energy towards Reggie Carroll? Okay, well, fortune. Some type of benefit. Brand new beginning. Okay, well then what was Reggie Carroll's energy towards Trinell Williams? We got the Nine of, not swords, the Nine of Wands. Wow. He was stressed. He was paranoid. His defenses was up. He was feeling some kind of way. There was some type of misunderstanding. Because this is somebody that's like been through a lot and may have had some disagreements behind the scenes, on tours. Everybody doesn't always agree on everything or get along. But he was holding back some type of feelings. Yeah, whoa, definitely. Look at this. We have the Nine of Wands followed by the Ten of Wands. Burden. He felt like something about their relationship changed. He felt very burdened by this man. Okay. Let's see. Wow. That's interesting. Okay, we asked about the energies of these people towards each other. Okay. And And somebody was expecting something, like a payout. Somebody owed somebody some money maybe. Or it was something that was worth something. Somebody may have been holding something over someone's head. Did Reggie Carroll know something or found out something that he wasn't supposed to have known? In fact, I'm going to ask with this day. Reggie Carroll know something that found out something that he wasn't supposed to have found out or known. Because I feel like somebody, like I said, somebody felt like they had strength and power because they had something over somebody's head. Yes or no? Did Reggie Carroll know about something that cost him his life? Okay, this is just a direction card. Maybe it says the Hangman. Perspective, disengage, release, sacrificing, change, readjustment, improvement, rebirth, new perspectives, surrender, pause, release. He knew something. Somebody may have thought that he knew something. Somebody may not have had a full understanding of a situation, but somebody was expecting some money, or somebody got paid. But yeah, wow. Let's see, what else? My goodness. This Hangman, maybe he knew something, maybe he didn't. Secrets, somebody's keeping secrets. The Moon. There's definitely some lying, some deception. People, of course, are wondering why it's been all over the internet. Like, why hasn't Cat Williams spoken up? But with it being an open investigation, I can understand why he would have probably been advised by his attorney not to say anything. And that includes people in his camp. So, but yeah, somebody is not somebody's lying. It's some definitely deception. This rabbit hole goes deep. Reggie Carroll. Excuse me, Reggie Carroll. Why was he shot? Why was he pew-pewed? Somebody can't sleep. Anxiety, overwhelmed, nightmares, hopelessness. Yeah, somebody can't sleep. Somebody that's keeping their mouth quiet. And I'm not saying it's Mr. Cat Williams. It could be somebody else. And because they know and they not speaking. They may have been questioned. They may not have been questioned. Wow. Well, let's see. The energy, man. So, let's see. What other questions? I want to know why. Why was Reggie Carroll pew-pewed? This might have been him scared because somebody was after him and maybe he felt it. And maybe it bothered him and kept him up at night. That's a possibility. But somebody knows something and they scared. They are really, really scared. And I don't think I'm not saying it's Mr. Williams, because really what I'm picking up, this is somebody else in that camp. I don't know who, what, when, or why, but somebody somebody. Somebody could have been like expecting money to get paid off. Keep their mouth shut. I don't know. But let's see. There's some more questions. Reggie Carroll. What do you have to say, Spirit, about Reggie Carroll and that incident? His, yeah. Definitely a tower. Oh, definitely getting rid of. Look at this, y'all. And what does it say? With the Two of Swords, indecision, confusion, information overload, a stalemate, detached, deception. Yeah, definitely lies. And we got a tower here. Upheaval, chaos, revelation. Somebody knew something of value, something that he wasn't supposed to know, or they thought he did. Painful loss, tragedy, awakening. So yes, somebody had to be kept quiet. And this is also when you sacrifice someone under the hangman. I'm not saying that his, unaliving was a sacrifice, but I'm just finding it interesting that in a way it would be convenient that he's out the way. And then look at this once again. The Seven of Pentacles comes up. Planning, progress, hard working, an investment. Somebody's expecting money from an investment and they wasn't getting it because they was getting suckered somehow. That's what's popping up. That's what I'm feeling. The results. Somebody was confronting somebody. So this was planned. Somebody had to progress. Somebody was progressing. He was doing well. He may have been doing well. Rewards and results. Yes, somebody was expecting to get something out of this. That's just too interesting. And this may be the person, like I said, that may have gotten paid to be quiet and now they scared. Because it's like, who knows that they saw something. It could have been somebody that saw something that didn't nobody else see them around. They just happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. Who knows? Reggie Carroll. Why would Chanel Williams pew Reggie Carroll? Why? It's another question. Was Reggie Carroll pew-pewed at the residence? Because the residence is in Chanel Williams' name. The one that is supposed to be the offices and distribution center or something to that effect for Cat Williams' clothing line. They've been evicted because of all the bad publicity, of course, because of the incident. And I hate to say that, but I want to say because of the M word. Yeah. Was he pew-pewed someplace else and his body was placed there? Or was he pew-pewed there in front of the residence? What's going on? Okay, we got, Wheel of Fortune. It's in reverse. The tragedy. Misfortune, problems, chaos, failure, upheaval, external forces, setbacks. If even if it was up the street, it could be like as far as a possible no since it's in reverse. But what I'm picking up is that yeah, he was. I need a confirmation. Was he? Because I think the way I asked the question, confirmation was Reggie Carroll pew pew someplace else. Yes or no? Yes. I got a double one, but this is also in reverse. Also, and this is the Page of Swords. The information that people are not not giving over the internet because they are trying to make sure everything is accurate. But yeah. Let's see, careless, defensive, haphazard action. Yeah, this is a double yes. Hold on. That's in reverse, so I would say no. Yes and no. Like that's where he might have been pew pew someplace else, but then again, it wasn't too far from where his body was placed. That's what I'm getting. Okay. Did Reggie Carroll owe anybody money? Did he owe anybody something? What was going on with him? Was there an argument based on something that was owed that Mr. Carroll may have owed? Yes or no? Yes, the Justice card. Yeah. And that's why they were meeting up. But there was some type of misunderstanding. I don't know if it was because of what was owed and somebody didn't have a full amount or what the case was. But something, yeah, he owed something and he either didn't have the full amount or he didn't have the information that they wanted, or it was something that he wasn't able to give them the way they wanted or how much they wanted, and they pew-pewed them. There was an argument. Tell me more about this. The person, was it more than one person that was there when Reggie Carroll got pew-pewed? Harmony, balance, moderation, patience. It says yes. The Temperance. A clear yes. Wow. This person that I keep picking up that knows more than what they have said, they may have already gotten questioned by the authorities, or they may be getting questioned by the authorities. But somebody is reporting something back to the authorities. Careless, defensive, incompetent. Yeah, like I said, this person, it's like this person got played down, or this person is trying to play something down. Aquarius, Gemini, Libra energy, and then we have Justice for the Libra. Yeah, it was more than one person, but somebody knows something and they're going to be getting questioned. Okay, what's going on with, let's see. Is there anything else you can tell us? Because I think I kind of want to wrap this up. Was they supposed to meet? Because that's what I'm kind of gathering also, that they was meeting there. He was led to come there. That Mr. Carroll was led to come there. I also want to say my condolences goes out to his family and his friends. I am so sorry for y'all's loss. He was a loss to all of us that love comedy. I am so sorry. Reggie Carroll. Yeah, that's what I gathered. He was, it's like he was lured there. Was he lured there? Was he lured to the place that he was pew-pew? Reggie Carroll. Okay, this came out, okay? Logic, evidence, doubt, secrets, ignorance, shallowness, feeling withdrawal, silence. Was Reggie, maybe, it's an upside down maybe. Logic, evidence. Was he lured there? Was he lured, Reggie Carroll, was he lured to the place that he was unalive? Ooh, experience, cynical, unforgiving. Ooh, this is interesting. I'm getting a maybe and I'm getting a yes, but it's in reverse. But this is also Six of Cups in reverse. It's justice. He was lured to a place where there was some type of memory. He had been there before. They had been there before. Logic, yeah, he was kind of lured to where he was at. He was familiar with the place. They were definitely familiar with the place. Withdrawal. He didn't understand why they wanted to meet where he was supposed to meet this person or people at. This could also represent the house. I'm having a feeling like, yeah, it was to come to the address where he was found. That's why I keep saying the place. This is just so strange and weird. Was this just an accident? I'm going to ask the question. Was this just an accident, yes or no? Oh no, this is, yeah. Was this an accident? No, it was not an accident. The last card I drew. So somebody was going to have, they say, whatever, they was going to be on top. This might have been, this was an argument that happened. This had to deal with money. A business, yeah, this is some business that was going on behind, and it's like somebody secrets. Yeah, somebody's definitely keeping secrets. There's a lot of people keeping secrets. Police are investigating. This first card, the Eight of Pentacles, because they want to try to balance this whole situation out, and they are. This was also like I said, this was not an accident. It was like, it wasn't intended for this to just happen. I don't know. I wonder why I got this yes on here. Yes, they was studying. Yes, they was plotting. Yes, they was planning. He was planning to. If they didn't get what they was gonna get, which was this, they was gonna get it. He was gonna pay one way or the other. Somebody was gonna pay one way or the other. This was not an accident. They may try to make it seem like it's an accident, you know, because just because they've arrested him for the murder, they gotta find out, you know, and do tests on the, you know, the pew pew. If they haven't done that already, they may be currently doing all that. Get the results back. Was there any alcohol? Did these two guys just get into it? Selfishness, disagreements, competition. Yes. Violence, chaos, unclear. Look at this. I opened up my deck, definitely. Arguments, getting into it. Also, with this 5 of swords. Winning at all costs, surrendering. Oh, yes. Trickery. Poor planning. Weakness of will, insecurity, delay, illusions, manipulations. Yes, he was manipulated. This whole thing was put together. This is not as cut and dry as it seems. Like, okay, maybe they had been drinking a little bit. Maybe they wasn't getting along. I think there is definitely a history that there was some type of arguments, dispute, and somebody owed somebody something, somebody knew something, and it was like that night, it's like when everything came together. But it was definitely, from what I'm understanding from cards are telling me, is that this was planned. It wasn't planned, but then it turned into a plan. It's like everything was happening so fast. And the way it might try to make it look like is that maybe the bodyguard just happened to be there for whatever reason. Maybe Cat had him to go pick up some stuff. Maybe he was the guy that was the meetup person. Was one of the other people was a meetup person, and the person that Reggie Carroll supposed to had met up with, if things didn't go in that conversation how it was supposed to go, then that's when the bodyguard became involved. And there was arguing, there was chaos. Next thing you know, there was pew pew 5 or 6 times. So, yes, and there's somebody that saw, that was there, that saw at the place where the incident happened, because he could have been brought there, but it was definitely planned, and that there was somebody else there that nobody else may not have known that was there, that saw what happened. You see, but like I said, that's so far what I'm picking up. And the rabbit, and like I said, I find it interesting about that business being in Trinell Williams, as far as the rental property that they've just been evicted from, that was using as an office. I found that interesting that it was in Trinell Williams' name, but I mean, it ain't nothing could be suspicious about that. It might have just made logical business sense. I don't know, but we're gonna find out and see what comes out in the wash. So far, Mr. Williams, Trinell Williams, has been arrested, and everybody wants to know why. Everybody wants to know you know, why? What happened? What, you know, how could this happen? So my condolences go out to the family, and thumbs up. Thank you to all my teacups. And until next time.